Fulton, united, will never be defeated. Fulton, united, will never be defeated. NYCHA's not for sale. NYCHA's not for sale.
So don't stand in the street.
I'm okay. You don't tell me what to do. Get out of my face.
No privatization here. These families, the fight we have today is to preserve public housing. It's to preserve their homes. It's to ensure that we have the right, because it's not a given. It's a human right to have public housing. And we cannot allow Mayor de Blasio or any other elected official come here and tell us there's a need to demolish our buildings. We need to get the word out. Save public housing. Fulton Houses needs your support. Fulton Houses needs your support. I ask other NYCHA developments, other NYCHA residents to come and join our fight. What's happening to us today is happening to you tomorrow. Save public housing.
Hey, vamos aquí. ¿Quién está primero? ¿Quién es fuerza? Que lo van a ocupar
These buildings right here.
Este primero.
These are the buildings they want to demolish.
Jackie's going to speak.
I'm living here.
Jackie's going to speak.
Vivo aquí.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline Lara, and I live in this building. This is 401 West 16th Street. This is the building they want to demolish. And we don't want no rad. We want no demolish, no air rights. Just leave us alone and repair. And give us the money to repair our developments. Stop hiding the money and give it to us now. We want it now, or we will vote you out. I mean it. I'm getting tired of you guys running around, not doing anything for us. And we're gonna fight you. I'll be damned if I let go of this building to developers. Absolutely not. I'm very angry that you guys are not coming out and supporting us. And we're the ones that vote for you. So cut it out already, because I'll become an independent voter.
Just to piggyback off what she's saying. Oh, just to piggyback off what she's saying. We're not asking for money.
We want it.
No. We're not begging for money, and we're not asking for them to give us money that wasn't supposed to come to housing. This money that we're asking for should have been allocated for NYCHA.
That's
so
right.
it's not like we're asking for free handout because we're taxpayers. We pay taxes just like everybody else. So that's what everybody needs to understand. The state and the city have not funded NYCHA. They do not give to NYCHA. Oh, they give money for lighting. They'll give money for cameras. That's garbage compared to what they should actually be allocating to these developments.
New steamers, new refrigerators, new windows,
No hay
new
seguro.
floors, nice wooden floors. We should have it. We're not having any rad.
You boys,
What we don't want privatization of any part of Fulton Houses. We've already lost a lot of Fulton Houses. When these projects were open, all these first floor rooms were accessible to tenants. We were allowed to store bicycles in there. They were called the preambulator room, okay? Now if you walk around the projects, you can see that the little kid park on 19th Street is locked up. They can't go in there, okay? If you go underneath the building next to it towards the back, there was a park that people used to sit and chill out with their kids. Now it's locked up. We can't go in there. If you go behind that into where the parking space was, where I at one time had parking space and lost because they constructed in that area. I think it's a garbage area, right, Flora? And if you look at the community center here that we have, some kind of a way somebody made a deal and it became property of Hudson Gill. we have nothing against Hudson Gill, but we are not going to lose our rights nor areas that are for tenants, and we're losing a lot. There's also another office down here in, is it 419? The one that we went to, that they have English as a second language, which we support, but it's also was given to Hudson Gill. So somebody within Fulton was making all those deals, and
Without the
where
tenants.
is the money? And how did these deals get made? And the problem is that there's no vote, there's no accountability. And the whole thing is, what we want is a tenant association that hears our voices. That is why we voted in a separate tenants association that's called
Independent.
Independent.
The Independent Tenants
the
Association.
Fulton Independent Tenant Association. Okay, I'm just gonna say it real quick in Spanish. Okay, lo que estamos hablando es que no queremos que desarrolladores cojan a Robert Fulton Houses. Nosotros estamos perdiendo mucho del terreno que antes era accesible a los inquilinos y ya no es accesible. Estos cuartos aquí abajo, cuando se abrió los proyectos, era un cuarto donde las personas podían poner sus bicicletas, las bicicletas de los niños, y se llamaba un pre-ambulator room. Y también había un laundry. Eso lo quitaron, ¿ok? El centro comunitario que tenemos acá se le dio a Hudson Gill. Ok, eso no es de nosotros ya. Solo están quitando todas las cosas que se...
Poco a poco.
Cantito por cantito los están vendiendo lo que es de los otros. Ok, so tenemos que defenderlos. No queremos ninguna privatización en NYCHA. No queremos que derrumben ninguno de los edificios.
No demolition.
No demolition, ok. Y lo que queremos y exigimos,
El
porque
dinero.
es el derecho de nosotros pagamos renta. Hay una ley en la ciudad que si tú pagas renta, el dueño tiene que darte los servicios, todos los servicios, electricidad, agua, ¿ok? Y tiene que mantener el edificio. Nosotros no somos menos, ¿ok? Ni nadie es mejor que nosotros. Nosotros tenemos derechos y los tenemos que exigir. Tenemos que callarlos cada vez que digan que no tienen dinero, porque tienen 38 billones para construir cárceles, pero no quieren gastar dinero en lo que se llama affordable housing. ¿Cómo se dice affordable?
NYCHA, New York City Housing.
Okay, NYCHA. So, nada más la única cosa, cuando estemos caminando, no caminen muy ligero y nos debemos quedar juntos.
Todos
¿okay?
juntos, unidos
Todos
hasta
juntos.
uno.
Y hagan escandalito, ¿ok? Y vamos a hacer...
¡Huepa, huepa!
Pero para arreglar los apartamentos, dice que los apartamentos se están acabando, pero si usted no tiene mantenimiento, usted no vive free, aquí ustedes pagan su dinero, entonces usted necesita su servicio. ¿Entiende cómo es? Y donde usted no pone su derecho, usted no es nadie. La voz de usted cuenta donde quiera que usted vaya.
Eso
Porque
es.
aquí no vivamos free.
Eso es.
Entonces, antes esto nadie le hacía caso al West Side. Ahora, porque como es turístico, la mayoría de los turistas vienen a ver que está los lines. Ahora sí le interesa, pero para dar 200 millones de dólares para una cárcel tienen, pero por los 160 para los viven no tienen. ¿Entiendes?
Who said it?
Our city!
Who said it?
Our city! Keep public housing public!
No demolition at Fulton Houses.
No demolition.
demolition. No demolition.
No demolition. No demolition. Housing is a right. Fight, fight, fight.
If you allow them to take those buildings that they want, then the ones on 17th Street near 419, where I was raised, they will take those buildings as well, because you see the other buildings, those private buildings right across the street. So we do not want privatization, and we do not want gentrification.
Public housing! Save public housing! Save public housing! Save public housing!
Save public housing! Save public housing! Save public housing!
In a petition.
Yes, we have some. Right over here. Save public housing.
It's a petition! It's a petition!
Sign the
Your
petition.
signature means a lot here. Come on. It's not just saying it. Save public housing! Save public housing!
Save public housing!
Okay, now the school behind us, you didn't see it, but it's called Avenue School. Okay, they have state-of-the-art equipment. It's a brand new school. The parents pay $40,000 to $50,000 a year for their kids to go there. Okay, our kids are not allowed to go there. Yet, this is the senior park. This was originally the senior park, where all the seniors played their dominoes, all of that kind of stuff. Those school has invaded this park with their children, throwing out the seniors out of this park. I have had to come and intervene 50 million times. Now I had a meeting with Corey Johnson, and he said that it was fine, that they were allowed to come in here and do what they wanted to do. And it's not fine, because seniors have contributed it to this before my generation, the younger generation. The seniors have a right to have their own place. So that's why I keep saying no privatization, no gentrification. This is our park. This is our housing development, Fulton, Elliott, Chelsea, and we have to say no to RAD. RAD is not for the poor or the working poor or even the middle class. And again, I'm going to tell you, if you move into a RAD building and the government decides to take the subsidy away, your rent will go up to market value. Who here will be able to pay $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month for a shoebox?
Escucha, escucha, estamos en la lucha. Escucha, escucha, estamos en la lucha. United, we'll never be defeated. Fulton, united, we'll never be defeated.
He was Martin Luther King advisor for the 1963 March on Washington, and he brought all type of techniques from people like Gandhi. He used Gandhi's techniques so that Martin Luther King could be a nonviolent person. Martin Luther King understood civil rights. He understood civil rights, but he also understood human rights. And it wasn't so much about racism. It was about bringing us all together as one, like you see here, the great mosaic, as David Dinkins once said. We live in a great city, and it's a great mosaic. And I'm sure if Bayard Rustin was here today, he would be talking about economic racism. He would be talking about housing, jobs, but also making sure everybody had an opportunity to have fair housing, and opportunity like public housing, that everybody benefits from public housing, not just black people, not just white people, but everybody. Because you never know. We can all be sitting in that same situation, don't care what color you are, but we all as one. We all as one, the great melting pot. And I think that's what she was trying to talk about at Chelsea. And I appreciate you. And I think that this rally was great in the name of Bayard Rustin. And I think if Bayard Rustin was here with us, he would be doing the same thing. He'd be with us. He'll be with us, fighting for human rights, civil rights, but people's rights. There you go. And I want to commend all of you of different colors, of different backgrounds, of different genders for marching with us. Because it's not a black thing, it's not a white thing, but it's a people thing. Everybody feels the same pain. Because if one of us are homeless, all of us are homeless.
That's right.
And that's what. But I also want to thank Lewis. I also want to thank Penn South. I also want to thank Chelsea for this fight, and all of the people who are here. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. and I'm sure Bayard Rustin would say the same thing. I just wanted to say we must keep up the fight, keep up the pressure, and remember, never lose focus. Because at the end of the, as Martin Luther King said, we all won't get to the top, all won't get to the mountaintop at the same time, but evidently we'll get there. And I think we will get there. But also, all of you who live in this community, I want you to go back and tell Corey Johnson that NYCHA is not for sale. NYCHA is not for sale.
Housing for people, not for profit.
NYCHA's not for sale because
NYCHA's not for sale.
We can't be boss and we can't be boss.
But also, I want to commend
De Blasio too.
Yeah, De Blasio is the main corporate.
But I also want to commend Lewis. This weekend we had a meeting on the phone with elected officials from outside the district because we wasn't getting that much help from inside. So we was on the phone talking to elected officials from across the city, and they were in support of us. So I want to commend Lewis for that work. And I'm going to tell you this, they were in so much support. And Lewis North, we was on that conversation, and I want to commend Senator Salazar, Senator Jackson, and Assemblyman Robert Rodriguez from El Barrio, because I told them their community reflects Chelsea, and they said they're on board to help us. And that's what the commitment.
If it happens to Chelsea,
it happened to El Barrio. So I want to commend Lewis for his work and all he's doing, and all of you who are part of Fulton and Chelsea and Penn South. Thank you for all of your work from the bottom of my heart. And now I'm going to introduce Lewis.
Campaign promise made by Mayor LaGuardia. He created NYCHA in order to create safe and sanitary housing for people in New York, because at that time there was no such thing. That was the initial promise of NYCHA, safe and sanitary housing. That was the promise. Look at what they did to that promise. They broke that promise. We're here to say no more. We found you in violation. The government is in violation. They're the ones who broke the promise. We're here to, not only are we here to reclaim public housing and make it our own, but we have to, like Bayard Rustin did, inspire other people. We have to inspire other people with our fight. The way you do it is you make your fight big enough for other people to join. How we're going to do that is we're going to reclaim our own government. We're going to reclaim that the government begin to work for all people. The fight that you're in is for decent housing. Other people are in this fight or in similar fights. They want an end to discrimination in other parts of their life, not just in housing. We have to remember that just because we have laws against racism and discrimination, that doesn't mean it's all ended. It hasn't ended. Correct, because we have a president that espouses racism. We have more and more state-based forms of racism now than we have in many, many years. And there's no system that stops it. Not even our own government that has laws against it. It's important for us to also think about other people who are in this fight. Remember, all along we've had supporters from the No New Jails movement. They're in this fight because the criminal justice system discriminates against people based on race. We're in this fight because the government defunds housing based on race. And
And they could find money to build jails, but not for the people that they put in those jails.
Correct. So the government's priorities are all wrong.
And have been.
Mayor de Blasio says there's no money for NYCHA, but very easily he found $10 billion to build 4 new jails. Very easily.
50 something for the bicycle lane.
Correct. Every time. Correct. The wall in Mexico, bicycle lanes, anything that furthers gentrification, stratification, class separation, segregation. There's money for that.
They're going to build a 99-story tower a block and a half away.
Wow.
That's what I read today. Maybe
touch the sky, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
On
There's
20
money for Hudson
right
Yard.
there.
There's money for Billionaires Row. Where's the money for NYCHA?
That's
Lastly,
what
I
they
want
say.
to say,
Where's the money for NYCHA?
where's the money for
Money
NYCHA?
for NYCHA.
Where's the money for NYCHA?
Where's the money for NYCHA?
Show me the money.
Right, so I just want to let people know tomorrow at the Racism and Corruption Workshop, and also at the meeting that follows at Fulton Houses, we're going to begin to unveil our economic plan for justice. So please, as we gather here today and people pass around their lights, remember the hope that we have to offer has to come from us. This city needs hope, and they're gonna find it from your fight, from this fight.
That's right.
You're the ones who are the leaders of this new wave that's fighting for economic justice. Trust me, everyone in this city is following this fight. They're looking to you for leadership. You want to know why? Because when the people lead, the leaders follow. When the people lead, the leaders follow. When the people lead, the leaders follow.
When the people lead, the leaders follow. If the people lead, the leaders follow.
Thank you so much.
Don't call it privatization, but that's what it is. He wants to sell public housing to private developers, and we in Penn South are in solidarity with the tenants in Fulton, NYCHA, Elliott, and everywhere else, because they don't say the word privatization because they know it's a dirty word. When they privatize the prisons, prisoners get abused. When they privatize the schools,
The children get
a
abused.
lousy education.
Right.
George Bush 30 years ago tried to privatize Social Security. Everybody said no because they know that privatization is a ripoff. So we say to Mayor de Blasio, you're lying to us and we're not going to take it in Fulton, NYCHA, or in Penn South. Thank you.
Thank you.